welcome back to Trucking California with Velox 18. It is bright and morning. It's bright morning. It's bright and early on a Sunday morning. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Let's see. If you guys watch my old videos, I got a thing for sunrises, man. I do. Let's see. Let's see if you can. It's just barely peeking up, all right? So off in the distance, there's the Sierras. And the sun's just barely, it's beautiful, beautiful. All right, it is Mother's Day, so I'm getting in trouble for this load that we're about to go pick up. But hey, I think it's worth it, I think. And you know, we're gonna get in trouble. Not from my mother. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you very much. And hope you enjoyed the cookies that my wife sent you. Yeah, from my wife, because it's Mother's Day. So I got two women I gotta worry about. I got my own mother, and I got the mother of my children. And I don't know, I have a feeling that, well, I know I dropped the ball this year. She asked me for one thing. She asked me for one thing, and I couldn't come through. I couldn't come through. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. We'll have to talk about that after we roll the music. Let's go. All right, we got to put some reefer fuel in. We ran it down pretty low on the last load, so I went in prepaid, got myself some chocolate donuts. Let's do this. Turn this thing on and start letting it get set up. It takes a moment for it to think about getting started. It's got to run through computer checks and stuff. So. Oh my goodness. Didn't even get us 3/4 of a tank. It was down just above the 1/4 mark. I thought $100 would get us over 3/4. I guess not. All right, we're headed towards Tracy. We got a 7:30 a.m. appointment. Kind of in a hurry this morning. Not kind of. I am in a hurry. It takes about an hour to get there. We left the yard just now at 6:20, so I'm thinking we'll get there at 7:15, 7:20. And well, you know, trying to be on time for appointments and stuff, you gotta make sure you don't drop the ball, man. But anyway, so Jessica asked for one thing for Mother's Day, and she's not getting it this morning. She asked for me to take the morning shift, which Gus is an early riser, a 5-year-old on the autism spectrum, and kids on the autism spectrum are very routine oriented, and so he has a morning routine, and he only allows my wife to do the morning routine. Now, the way that we've found that I can throw off his morning routine and that he'll actually receive it and accept it is that if I tell him that we're gonna go get some donuts. So if we run and go get some donuts, then he's okay with me throwing off the morning routine. He's like, oh, okay, Mom doesn't have to wake up. We're gonna go get donuts, we're cool. So that was the only thing Jessica asked for Mother's Day, was an extra half hour to an hour of sleep. That's it. Like, Literally not that hard. She wakes up, you know, between 5 and 6 every single morning with Gus. No matter how late she stayed up the night before, taking care of school projects with the older kids, or taking care of laundry so that it's ready in the morning for me or for the older kids, or you know, driving around to pick up kids from practices and stuff. Doesn't matter how late she was out, Gus is up between 5 and 6 a.m. no matter what. So anyway, that was the one thing she asked of me, and of course I said yes. And then late last night, Convoy gave me a notification that this load that I just threw a super high bid on, because I thought maybe no one would want to, you know, go to work and make a pickup on Sunday morning on Mother's Day. So I just threw what I thought was a pretty high bid. Now thinking about it, I'm like, man, I should have bid higher. Should have bid even higher. I wonder how many bids this load had and how many people would have been ready to accept it at 11:30 at night. That's when it came through. It was 11:30 at night. And I'm thinking, man, I should have bid way higher. But, you know, I didn't. So anyway, I'll break down this load a little bit, and I'll show you guys why I think it's such a good rate, because we'll look at the load board and stuff in a little bit when we get over here, and I'll show you guys kind of what I was looking at and why I felt compelled to kind of break my promise to my wife. And the worst part of it is I woke her up in the middle of the night to talk to her about it, and then she had a hard time falling back asleep, and she was just like mad at me last night for just for waking her up. But I didn't want her to wake up in the morning and be like, whoa, where's my husband? What happened? Wake up to a text message, hey, I had to go to work, see you later. Like, I don't know. So I kind of woke her up to ask her permission to come out here and grab this load, but that was a bad idea. It was a bad idea, because she wasn't really going to give me permission anyway. But I just kind of like told her I think it's what's best for our family. But yeah, so I'm a little bit in the doghouse this morning. But anyway, I'll keep on getting down the road, and then we'll take a look at that load board a little bit later once we get over there. We'll do all that. All right, we are making it on time. Oh man, they dropped trailers right here. Feels a little tighter than what's necessary, but all right, whatever. This dude parked his car right here. I don't know, but anyway, we made it on time. We made the Convoy app a little nervous though, because it asked us. It said, "Hey, are you gonna be on time or are you gonna be late?" And we had to select one. So, all right, let's get over here. We'll go check in with this guard right here and see if we can't get loaded up quickly on this Mother's Day load. All right, quick and painless. And I gotta say that last time I was here, there was another truck trying to make this dock to my right. You guys can't even see it because it's so far to my right. And it made this turn that I'm making now almost impossible. I mean, I sat here in Austin Powers thing, and just it was silly the way that it happened. This time, not so bad. But I just gotta come up here and park next to the black fence, as they say, and then go in and check in right straight ahead in the white door that says shipping and receiving. I just got a little paper I gotta fill out first, but I think it'll be quick. I don't know. There's no one here. I think this is gonna be a quick load. I think. All right, we got assigned to dock right away. We got it backed in, and look, they already turned that light red. They're gonna load us up quick, man. Load us up quick on a Mother's Day load. I like it. All right, let's take a look at this this load board, and we'll include today, Sunday, as well as Monday. And we'll just see what's going on, leaving from around the house. Reefer and reefer van. 103 loads. Let's see here. So Georgia, North Carolina, Maryland, Georgia, Tennessee for $5,500. You guys see that? I mean, that's basically $2 a mile. Who's hauling that? That's what I want to know. Who's like, man, I really just want to get out to Tennessee. Give me that $2 a mile freight. Love me some $2 a mile freight. I know that's like the old school, like that was the minimum. But is it still the minimum with $6 plus per gallon fuel? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a Salinas to Yuma I was picking up today. 2,200 is the best I've seen any of those Salinas to Yuma transfers. So that might have been cool. That might have been cool. But it is 100 mile plus deadhead over to Yuma, and then they got so many transfers going down there right now that the market coming back out of Yuma is pretty dry. You're trying to get up into Brawley, Calexico, somewhere like that to try and get a load back. So let's see. This one, oh, where'd it go? This one has multiple drops. They don't say it, but it has multiple drops. And so look at Manteca to Compton, $800. Gustine to Compton, $700. Fairfield, which is 100 miles away, up towards the Bay Area, to Montclair, $1,000. Salinas to Vernon, $1,000. So you see how all of that is like, that's what we're looking at. That's why when I got this load for $2,000, well, for $19.99, I decided, you know what, I gotta make that decision, because those are the loads that I'm looking at that I'm comparing this to. I mean, I know this one goes all the way down to San Diego, so it's about 100 miles further than Vernon. You know, it's quite a bit further down than March Air Reserve Base, which is down there in Moreno Valley. But it's not. It's still in the same, same market more or less. You're going south to Southern California. So, and this one, like I said, I believe, or maybe this was the one that picks up Monday and then delivers Wednesday, so it like holds over on your truck. But anyway, that's why we're sitting here getting loaded on Sunday morning on Mother's Day, because I thought $19.99 for a 1-in-1 from Tracy to San Diego was a good deal. Was going to set us up to have a good week. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger. So maybe you're thinking, why didn't I just bring Gus with me today? Because honestly, it was a thought. It crossed my mind, and I really considered just bringing Gus with me. That way I could accomplish picking up this load and helping my wife out, giving her an easy morning, that kind of thing. I'll tell you why I didn't. All right. Number one, Gus had a tough day yesterday, man. Like, I think he's been tired. A lot of times, so he falls asleep between like 8:30 and 9 o'clock. And then he wakes up between 5 and 6 in the morning, which is less sleep than kids typically need. Usually, I mean, if he fell asleep at 8 and slept till 6, then that would be just enough sleep for a kid at 5 years old, 10 hours a night. The older they get, the less they need, obviously. But at his age, he still should be sleeping about 10 hours. And he typically only sleeps about 8 to 9. But also, a lot of times he'll wake up in the middle of the night, and then it takes him at least an hour, sometimes 2 hours for him to fall all the way back asleep. And sometimes he's just like in and out of sleep the whole night. He'll be like talking, and then you'll be like, is he awake or is he asleep? And then you're like, oh, he's asleep. And then I go back to sleep, and then he's awake, and I hear him talking again, and I'm like, when? Like, he's just like taking these little cat naps all spread out all throughout the rest of the night. So the first part of the night is when he gets the good best part of his sleep. But if he wakes up in the middle of the night, then he gets tired, man. And so yesterday he was having a tough day. I actually took him to go see the zebras. Here, I'll show you guys when we went to see the zebras. You see the zebras, guys?
I'm gonna be
Are they eating? Hey, we're gonna stay over here though. We're gonna stay over here.
Where Tommy's too. Oh no!
Look at the zebras. Look at the zebras. Look at the zebras.
Zebra. Okay, zebra.
So we saw the zebras, and that helped him, you know, kind of took him out of, got him out of the house yesterday. Tried to help Jessica a little bit yesterday, just by getting him out of her hair, because it was a stressful day yesterday. He was throwing fits and stuff, and it just wasn't a good day. So that brings me to my next point, which is, man, he was still sleeping this morning. You know, it was 5:30, and I was like, man, I don't know, I don't want to wake him up. Like, I don't want to wake him up because he's still sleeping, and I feel like he needs the sleep. So I decided not to wake him up. Also, I woke up and I had a couple things slow me down this morning. One, before I even left the house, and took me a while to get out of the house. And then, well, I had a train. I'm slow enough, you know, by myself, but yeah, you add in a 5-year-old, trying to drag a 5-year-old around, and I wasn't going to make this appointment if I was trying to move his car seat around, his booster seat around, trying to make sure that he's safe and secure, make sure he has everything he needs. Yeah, it would have, I think it would have been late this morning. So if things would have gone smoother this morning, and if he would have woke up naturally on his own, I would have taken him with me. But things didn't go smoothly this morning, and he was still asleep when I left the house. So I figured I'd let sleeping dogs lie, and not, you know, mess him up when he probably needed the sleep this morning. I hope he slept until like 7 or 8 in the morning, but I doubt he did. But I hope he gave his mom a Mother's Day gift to sleep in a little bit today. But I don't know. I doubt it. But I also didn't feel right waking him up when he's had tough night to sleep. So anyway, so they're still loading me up. It's gonna be a heavy load, 44,000 pounds. But yeah, we should be good, man. We should be good to scale that, and I'll probably go and check my axle weights and just see where we're at, because I am gonna need to manipulate my axles around, slide my axles. You can slide tandem axles to adjust weight, as well as your fifth wheel. So I'll probably slide some stuff around just to make sure I'm good on the weight, and then man, we'll go and we'll get on our way. I think last time that I did this exact load, I went and scaled it afterwards, and I remember what hole I needed to be in on the and it's all bulk cheese, so I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be pretty much the same thing. There's a green light right there. I think they're done loading me. But anyway, I remember where I needed to be on the tandem, so I'll probably start there and see if we're good, and we'll go from there. All right, 43,736 pounds. Let's see if we can get out around this guy. This place is tight. It's not made for trucks. a loading dock that's not made for trucks. Imagine that. Let me see if this, if I need to do anything with this guy. I don't know if I need to or not. All right, that was quick, man. So we left over there. Shoot, it only took us an hour over there. An hour, and we should be able to make it home in time for church. But I am gonna stop and scale this load because it's a heavy load, 43,000 plus, almost 44,000 pounds. We're gonna scale it. And judging by where my suspension gauge is at, so you have you have air suspension on your drive axles, and you have a gauge that measures. A lot of trucks have a gauge that measures how much PSI, how much pressure is on those airbags, and that'll give you a good idea of kind of where you're at. But it's not exact. You know, it's not digital like some trucks have the scales on there that show you how much weight is on your tandem axles in the back. And so anyway, so we're just gonna go scale it and check it out. I'll probably be fine, even if I was a little over on one of my sets of axles, just because we're only going to San Diego, and really on the way south on 99 and then 5, I think there's 2 scales that I go across, and they're 2 scales that I usually get a green light on to bypass with my DriveWise app. So yeah, we do. I'm not like totally worried about it, but at the same time, why risk it? You know, I got one overweight ticket in Oklahoma when I was on my way back from Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, whatever it was. Yeah, it was Tennessee. And yeah, no need to get another one of those, man. That was dumb. That was dumb. So anyway, so we'll get headed down the road right here to the Loves, and we'll check the weights. We're allowed 34,000 pounds on each set of tandem axles. So tandem axles are where the 2 axles are right next to each other. If I had a spread axle, you'd be allowed. I'd be allowed 20,000 pounds on each axle. That's spread. So if I had a spread axle trailer, it'd be a little easier to distribute the weight. But I don't. So I can have 34,000 on the trailer tandems, 34,000 on the drive tandems, and then I can have 12,000 on the steers. So that equals 80,000. But they don't just care about your gross weight, they care about how it's distributed as well. So we got to go double check that. And like I said, I think I'm good based on my suspension gauge, but it's not exact, and I might need just a smidge move, a little bit of movement to get it perfect. Although I don't have a ton of fuel in, so maybe once I add fuel in, then I think, yeah, so it might be really good, because I thought I remembered where I had slid the tandems before, so I tried to put them in the same hole that I had when I ran this load before. But we'll go scale it anyway. It's $12 and peace of mind, right? So we'll go do that right now, right here, Jacktone Road. All right, let's pull up on this scale. She's gonna ask if it's a first weigh or a re-weigh. We'll say first weigh, and then So we got 11,440 on the steers, 31,980 on the drives, 33,900 on the trailer. So that's where I was worried, was that trailer number. Because I could tell I was a little light on the drive axles, 31,980. I could tell I was just a little bit light, but then I remembered I don't have full tanks of fuel. So once I put more fuel in the tanks, it's gonna add more weight here. Then my suspension gauge will reflect that this, you know, this is, because I probably got 130 gallons of fuel, 140 gallons of fuel to put in. So you figure fuel's what, just about 7 pounds per gallon. So we're looking at darn near 1,000 pounds to add on to the drives. So then we'll be at 33,000 pretty much. We'll be at 33, 33.9, 11.4. Woo! That's perfect. All right, let's get the heck out of here, go to church. Oh, hey everybody. Ha! With all these good sons and husbands who parked their truck on Sunday, stayed home to celebrate with their loved ones. I'm out here working. It wasn't a big deal. I mean, what? It's gonna be 9:30 by the time I get out of here. Park this and get out of here. So 9:30 after leaving here. I mean, I woke up at 5:30. So, I mean, if you just count from the time I woke up, 4 hours to go get loaded and come back. I mean, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to get a good paying load. I talked to my wife right now. She's all good about me working. She just wishes I wouldn't have woke her up in the middle of the night last night. She had a hard time falling back to sleep, and I kind of messed up her night of sleep. So when all's said and done, she's like, yeah, I understand exactly why you wanted to grab this load. It's a good paying load. I don't blame you for wanting to go and get it, and I appreciate you working hard and doing the things you do. Just let me sleep, man. So sorry, Jessica, once again for waking you up in the middle of the night and trying to get your permission to come out and get this load today. All right, so that's it for today. We just loaded this load. I'll leave out in the morning and go deliver it. You know, Jessica's cool because she knows we got to build up that savings, man, because we just bought that house in Tennessee. We closed Friday. It's done. We own it. It's ours. Well, the bank owns it and we're paying it off, right? I mean, that's how mortgages work. But you know, we're there, man. We're living the American dream. We bought 1.5 acres of God's country out in Tennessee, and we'll be moving there. So we got to build up this the savings. So that's why I took this load, and it pays $2,000. We'll break it down tomorrow once we go and deliver it. It actually delivers tomorrow night, which is a little bit of a bummer, because there was another load that delivered tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. that I would have preferred, because then I could get an extra load on Monday and put another load on the truck on Monday afternoon and then be trucking around. But instead, I'm delivering this load that I have here on Monday night, and so I can't pick up another load till Tuesday. Whatever, no big deal. The worst part is I put a bid in on that one. It was a lower bid because obviously I'm gonna get an extra load out of the deal, so I figured I'd rather have the load. It loaded at 8 o'clock this morning at the same place we just picked up, and it delivered tomorrow morning at 6:30. So I bid $200 less. I was bidding $17.99. And you know what happened? At 3 in the morning, they tried to award it to me after I'd already accepted this load. And I'm like, hey man, you guys did this in the wrong order. You should have done the lower bid first, but you guys gave me the higher bid. But I have a feeling that no one wanted that load for that reason. It has a later appointment, but that does free me up to go home and hang out with the family and go get some go get to church. And so with that, I gotta bounce, man, because church doesn't wait for no man, man. It's 10 a.m. We're starting. We actually usually start a little bit late. We let stragglers like me wander in off the streets. So anyway, but I gotta get going so I can get home and go to family with the church. Go to church with the family and celebrate Jessica as the mother of my children. And once again, happy Mother's Day to my mom. I love you, Mom. And yeah. How do I sign this out again? Love you guys. Peace out. See you on the next load or on the same load when we deliver it tomorrow.